larger company. We're going to learn about video today. And I'd like to start off all of these presentations with a couple things. First thing is the rules. I don't have a lot of rules for when I teach, but I have three that I stick to pretty closely. Is that fair? Okay, the first is that this needs to be a safe space. We're going to talk about stories, things that we've done, things that have worked, things that haven't worked. Some of them are embarrassing. Some of my own stories are embarrassing. I need this to be a safe space to be able to share those with you. Because my hope is that you'll learn from my mistakes. Fair? The second is you get out of the course whatever it is you put into it. So ask questions, participate, do those things, because if you're just here to kind of watch me do something and then leave and do whatever you were doing before, these 2 hours aren't going to help you build that business. Is that fair? Okay, the third is that I swear. And you're not allowed to tell Keller that's the rule. They are a very southern proper company, and they get really, really out of sorts when somebody swears on stage. But I believe in bringing you all an authentic version of what I do, and therefore that thing may happen. Is that okay?
That's reciprocal though, right?
So yes, absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
And if you have virgin ears or anything like that, just I'll say earmuffs before I do it, and you can do the thing. Hi, how are you? My name's Ian. And so today we're learning about video. So the next thing I want to do is I want to figure out from you guys what it is you want to learn about video. Okay, what are you hoping to get out of this couple hours this morning?
How to get more eyes on the video. So I'm okay doing video, but how do I market or?
How do you get people to see your video?
Okay.
Great. What else?
New video ideas.
New video ideas. I have some great ones. Yes.
What makes the video worth watching at the end?
Absolutely. Absolutely. What else?
So I guess that would be ideal time frame.
Ideal time frame? Yeah. How do you hook somebody so that they want to watch all the way through? Right? What else we got? Sweet.
We want the hook.
Well, and so a little backstory. I've been teaching this course in different variations since 2015. Now, I want you to think about 10 years ago and what was different then than is today. Okay? The iPhone was 2 years old. Right? When in 2015, the only place that you could see video online was YouTube or large video streaming services. Facebook could not support video at that time. Neither could Twitter. Okay, fast forward to today, what is the vast majority of what you consume online? Reels, videos, TikToks. It's a completely different genre today than it was when I began teaching this course. Fair? And so I'll tell you about the things that we used to do and how that's changed going forward. I'll give you a good example. I used to do 2.5 to 3 minute HGTV quality videos for all of my listings. Every single one. And I went from being on camera, mic'd up the whole 9 yards, and people watching that whole video, to just passing the 2000s and no one watching past the 15-second mark. No one. Right? And why do we think that is?
Short attention span. Short on fact.
People's attention spans are like they're a knit. Right? We have to hook people really, really early and get them the information that they're looking for first.
And keep them engaged.
Yeah, keep them engaged through that. What is going to be between 30 and 60 seconds total. Okay? Now, is video online the only place you can put videos? The only way you can use it? We're going to talk about a couple of different ways that I've used video in the past to replace things like written emails, outreach to past clients, understanding what an investment property looks like. Have any of you work with a fair number of investors? Yeah? You have no idea how happy your investor is when you send them a video of you going through a triplex, going through the things that they need to know, showing them the mechanical room, pointing out the problems on a video, and they can say yes or no and not have to look at that property as a no. Saves them a ton of time. A high-end investor does not want to look at properties. That's not their job, right? So we're going to go through a lot of those things and how you do that. So I want to talk about kind of the of all the things you guys wanted to learn, the kind of the general theme of that was how do you capture people's attention? Fair? What kind of real estate videos have you seen out in the world?
Oh, there's a great team. I'm gonna call them out. They're actually from Remax Finance right now. Their videos they're killing it. Ryan Malcolm is on.
Oh, I saw one of those the other day.
They're killing it with their videos. Like aren't they just they're stinking cute.
Aaron Finn's done a couple of videos too.
Stinking cute. So Ryan Malcolm was on Canadian Idol. They actually won Canadian Idol.
Oh, that's why I know that name. Okay.
So I mean, great team member to have. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, clearly musically inclined. And their videos right now, like they're doing catchy throwback to the 80s when they're bringing certain properties, like they're very catchy and you've got to give them props for what they're doing. Really good.
So let's dig into that. What makes that so catchy? What is it to you that makes you want to watch that thing?
It's different for one, nobody else is doing it, and it has a song that we all know.
Okay.
So you can kind of lean in and you walk along to the song as you're walking along to the property. Not Brian, it's Jake, who's on the team, has no rhythm whatsoever, so to watch him kind of dancing along with it in the background is freaking hilarious. But it's just,
Jen's outfit.
yeah,
Was
there's a touch of humor to it.
Like
It's
Cyndi Lauper.
tongue-in-cheek. It's not the traditional standard business suit. They actually in 80s garb for the last one, which, tacky 80s stuff. But it's just very, very fresh and catchy.
Now,
My high school years were tacky.
Oh, mine too. Look, I hate this all the way. I have shares in Hairspray Company.
I'm a little further behind you. I'm now seeing my high school years now get sold at American Eagle. And it's the weirdest thing in the world. I'm like, we were all wearing that during the grunge days. What is this coming back around? For what you just described, there's a word for that we refer to in every other genre of video. What do videos do for people?
Emotion.
Yeah.
Amusement.
They entertain.
Oh, 100% entertainment.
It is.
I couldn't tell you the property listing or the address, but I can tell you it's entertaining.
And what's the definition of entertainment? Entertainment is when you can elicit an emotion through a medium that engages the public. Right? Grey's Anatomy. Not incredibly funny. But the emotions that you get from it keep you hooked and wanting to be entertained. Is that fair? The news media. Do you think that they downplay anything to make you not feel that emotion? My favorite is real estate news media. Has anyone ever heard defaults are up 200%? Have you ever heard those lines coming out of real estate news media over the last little bit? Good for you. They're out there, and good for you for not listening to them. But up 200% from 2 is not exactly a record high. But they're not going to tell you that, right? Because that doesn't elicit the emotion. And the reason I'm talking about entertainment is because that's the thing that hooks people. I promise you that another listing video will not be entertaining. There's 1,000, there's a million of them out there. And it just doesn't have that entertainment factor that keeps people's eyes on the thing. Right? Now, what's the other thing that a video can do that keeps people engaged?
Give information.
It can inform. And those are really the only two categories for videos in your life. They either entertain or they inform. They're two pieces of value that a person is exchanging their time for their viewership. Fair? Now, what's the pieces of information you can give somebody in video? What's some of the pieces of information?
Property information.
Property information.
Who you are, what you do, what you're looking for,
Who you
how
are,
you serve.
your value, right? And why it works. What else?
Intellectual, like something that may catch certain people's eye or ear, at least. Maybe not everybody.
Absolutely. Current events, right? And how it's affecting the real estate market. Decoding what real estate media is saying about the market today. How many of you have ever seen real estate stories on CBC, Global, CTV? Wait,
We don't
sorry,
watch the news
those
in
are
Kingston.
stations here in Canada, and they do these stories all the time. Have you never seen them?
I think you see the odd one, I mean, I like to see the too many.
I don't even know where you'd watch the news if it wasn't on a reel, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, same.
Oh, I can tell you, it's on CKWS at 5 a.m. in the morning.
So again, another ideation of how this course has to change. The news media, as it's put out there, oftentimes looks at the entire country. Is that fair? Or the entire province. Now, I know in Kingston right now, you are still pretty much in a seller's market. Is that fair? Not a balanced seller's
We're
market.
teetering between sellers and balance, but I think we've slid into a balance the last week or so.
Slid into a balanced market. Great. Does anyone know what it's like in Hamilton?
Bad.
It is quiet as a church mouse in Hamilton. Like, it is so quiet. What the Toronto condo market is like right now? Awful. They've slid all the way back to 2015 prices. Now, if we looked at the province as a whole, who's going to pull the provincial averages harder? The Toronto condo market or Kingston? The Toronto condo market, right? It's just so large. And so if you have a person who's sitting here, maybe off Sydenham Road, and they're watching the news and they're saying that the market's terrible right now, that all these things have slid back so far, they wouldn't have a local version of that for themselves, right? You can provide context to a person's experience because you're the local expert. Is that fair? What other pieces of value can you get from a knowledge perspective? Advice. Absolutely. This is one of my favorite pieces of advice to give. How many of you know what a great deal looks like in this market? You know what a great deal looks like, right? How do you know?
Experience.
Yeah. What does the experience tell you? So what are you looking for through experience?
Someone you can trust to give you information that is valuable.
Okay, but if I take you into a house,
Okay, I'm giving you the wrong answer.
call it $700,000. What does that house have to have in order to be a great deal at $700,000?
Bungalow or two-story.
Updated. But updated what?
Updated kitchen, updated bathroom.
Ensuite, closet space,
Good deal.
Painted.
no
so that-
leaky basements.
Yeah.
Smells fresh.
I think the average buyer knows these things, how we assess whether or not something's a deal. You think they know that without you?
Mhm.
You think they know that without you?
I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people give that information already out online, and I deal with a lot of educated buyers.
Oh, I promise you
Okay.
that my job as an agent is to minimize the bad stuff and maximize the good stuff, so that every one of my listings looks like a great deal. As a service provider for a buyer, I'm walking into a house to make sure I'm not walking into a money trap. They're looking at crown molding and granite countertops, and I'm making sure the roof isn't on its last legs, and that the building hasn't shifted a little bit with the
So that's different than just making sure the bathroom and the kitchen are updated.
100%.
That's a quick
Yeah.
visual.
100%. But you as agents, you walk through, call it 200 houses a year, right? What are you looking for? What does good bones mean? We use that sentence a lot, right? This house has good bones. What does that mean? No idea. The average buyer has no idea. You do. You know, you walk through a house with that everything is old, but showroom quality circa 1990, right?
I want-
Wildly well taken care of.
And get a lead into your camp there, that I think that there is more people who are showing up, who are looking at, walking around looking at a foundation, like they are looking at different things, looking at a roof, so I think that
They don't necessarily know what they're looking at.
They
though.
don't,
They
but
don't, but
they
they are
know what
asking
they
better.
should be looking,
They're
they know what
asking better questions, they're not as ill-informed, they're not
100%.
fully informed, but they're not as ill-informed as I would say that they used to be.
I don't find that as much with first time home buyers, though, they're kind of clueless.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
they're
young
young
and
ones.
young and first time,
Yeah.
it's like, we're not buying this house, this is like a cheap flip, let's go, cause it looks pretty, but it's actual crap.
But think about doing a video like this, right?
Yeah.
You have a house, it's come on the market. We say, listen, this is a great deal, and here's why. A lot of people aren't gonna be able to see this, but I'm gonna tell you why this is a great deal. You walk in, all your internal workings have been updated. The roof has been updated. Everything has been immaculately well kept in the home. And it's priced the same as something that you're gonna have to do $15,000 to $20,000 worth of work over the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And you're telling a person that, you're showing them how we look at things. In the vein of making sure you have a more informed buyer, right? That's things, different pieces of information you can give through the medium of video. Fair? So we're gonna take a look at a couple of examples here. Oh shoot, here's it. Da-da-da-da. How many of you know the McDougal team from Oshawa? All right, pull out your phones. Go follow the McDougal team. Mike is a social media and branding savant. It's very, very good. Second largest team in Oshawa. As soon as Sean Lepp retires, he will be the largest team in Oshawa. This is one of his videos. I'm hoping I'm starting this right at the beginning. And this is an Instagram reel.
Michael?
Mike McDougal.
With Michael on Instagram.
And Move with Michael, McDougal team. There we go.
Because of the overflow of business we're getting, because of our brand, and because we show up every day. A lot of realtors in the business right now are talking so negative about the market, and they're just slow, right? They're used to being busier and they're having a tough time. The biggest difference with our team right now is we are actually thinking the complete opposite. We're like on a growth trajectory right now. Our momentum right now is at an all-time high. Like, we're looking to add more bodies because of the overflow of business we're getting, because of our brand, and because we show up every day. A lot of realtors.
What did you see there?
Success.
Success, yeah.
I thought he was a bit full of shit, actually. That's the first vibe I got. I wasn't buying it yet. I'll have to hear more.
Okay.
Okay, but hang on, if you were watching, would you still continue or would you scroll?
I'd give him about another 30 seconds before I shut him off, because there's so many areas he was.
You started that.
Sure.
But everything's different. What do you think?
Right now
You would have scrolled.
are talking so negative about the market, and they're just slow, right? They're used to being busier and they're having a tough time. The biggest difference with our team right now is we are actually thinking the complete opposite. We're like on a growth trajectory right now. Our momentum right now is at an all-time high. Like, we're looking to add more bodies because of the overflow of business we're getting, because of our brand, because we show up every day. A lot of realtors.
Is he after clients?
Sorry?
No, he's after agents. He's building a team.
Oh, I think that he's doing more than just that.
insulting other realtors? I guess I think that's what's turning me off here.
I mean, I wouldn't have taken it like that. I mean, I know a lot of realtors in the city are, he's right. There's a lot of, like, he's in Oshawa, which is Durham region, but if you go across the GTA, there's a lot of sad sacks out there at the moment.
I liked how simple it was, and it wasn't so, like, I'm just gonna put a trending song in it, or I'm gonna, I did like how simple it was.
So there is a construct for this video. Okay? The goal for the video is to set him and his team apart from the glob that is agents. Right? Is there a million agents out there? There's a lot of them.
Especially in the Toronto area.
Like, in Ontario, it's 1 in every 141 people. That's a realtor. 1 in every 141 people is a real estate agent. And so, as an agent, you have to separate yourself in some manner. Right? What this video does is immediately, he doesn't introduce himself. Don't ever do that in your videos. Hi, I'm Ian Davies from Keller Complete Real Estate. And welcome to It Is Not Just Cheesy. Nobody gives a turn who you are. They'll look in your bio if they care. Right? What he does is immediately says, like, there's a lot of people out there that are talking really negative about this, and that's not true for us. We're growing. Right? So he now takes all these other realtors that might show up for listing appointments that say, well, it's tough market out there, guys. And he's out saying, it's been awesome for us. We're expanding. We're selling homes. We're out working hard and showing up every day for our clients. We're not on the couch saying, well, maybe when the market gets better, I'll get back and do that. I can tell you from a macro perspective in Canada, that is a real thing right now. Right? That the business is more difficult in our large urban centers, and a lot of those agents are sitting on their hands. What else do you see about this? What color is it? Black and white.
Yeah, not sepia, it's faded, muted.
It's a that might just be the cord to the TV.
No.
Look on it. It's black and white. It's black and white for a reason. Color, when you use it, makes it busier for the eyes. And so you're not always listening to exactly what's being said. So as he's delivering this message, and they're flashing to other members of the team that are working and having a good time.
Aaron, were they not in color?
They were in black and white as well. They're working and having a good time. He's continuing to set himself apart. This whole thing lasts 15 seconds. He has an entire series of these that were all shot on the same day. And what they're doing is creating a message that says, yeah, people are out there saying the market's bad, but we can get your home sold.
Oh, are they shooting them themselves?
These are shot phones, yeah. Yeah. He has a phone. I know Mike well. He has what's called a gimbal. It's basically a handle that keeps the phone steady when you move it. I think they're about $120.
Just got one on Prime Day yesterday.
Oh.
$70. Somebody's
Prime-
in the office, we have one here to use too.
Prime Day, $70. And so, but that's what they're using. This one's probably on a tripod because he's stagnant in this one. But they'll take the B-roll, what's called the pictures of the people that aren't actually speaking in the video, which just their images. They'll do that on the gimbal. And then it's all put together on a phone in an editing. There's a million of those. But when you're talking about what's the message and what you're trying to do, this entertains. I wonder if I can get his viewing statistics.
I was gonna say, what's he at right now for views? I heard about it because someone was on one of the Canadian platforms, Facebook platforms, was complaining about it.
Was complaining about his video?
Yeah, they were like ticked off because he's trying to downplay it, and I was like,
Way to get him more views.
exactly. I mean, it just kind of made me giggle when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. I'm like, good tactic. I like it. Worked great. It's true.
Ian and I were talking about this earlier, I
That
love
one has
downturns in the
33
market, like
likes.
2007, 2008, I loved it.
A lot of realtors in the business right
Yeah.
now.
Because so many agents are paying attention to the news and they're distracted, and it's like, if you want to just work, just like go ahead, like ignore that other stuff and just work, right?
If it gets a little bit hard, people jump, they leave.
Yeah, so you just go straight forward, you know, have your goal and ignore it, and I don't know, I think it's easier to find success when people are distracted like that.
That one has 2,242. And that one has 2,242. He's got a bunch here at 1,000, 2,400. And he doesn't pay for any boosting of these things. But you see what I mean by creates attention, right? It's used to inform. It's informing the public about the market and how they view the market. It's creating separation between all the other agents and what they are doing as a value proposition for their clients. Fair? Let me show you another example. Does anyone know who Matt Lionetti is? Yep. This is my favorite listing video I have ever seen.
My name is 47 Bennington Heights Drive, but you can call me Benny. And this is my family. Michael, Sarah, and Claire. You see, we've been a family for years, and we've been through it all together. From our first dinner, to our first movie night, first night home from the hospital, first birthday, first game of tag, first snow day, first day of kindergarten, first day of high school, first rough day, first exam, first fight, first apology, first driving lesson, first prom. There's been a lot of firsts, but I never thought about any of the lasts. When Claire got into college, I was so proud. She had worked hard all of these years, and I knew she was destined for amazing things. But with Claire gone, the rest of my family needs to start their next chapter as well. They would have loved for me to come, but I need to stay here. I will always cherish our memories we made together, and it was my honor to protect and comfort them all of these years. I can't wait to meet my new family. I promise I will give you all of my love. You'll feel it as soon as you walk through the door. So, come say hi. 47 Bennington Heights Drive. But you?
That's fantastic.
If you didn't cry, check your dead souls.
I thought I'd be the only one.
I know.
So this one actually went viral for Matt. It had like 2.1 million views. What does that video do so well?
The opposite of what people are told to do. People are told to personalize a home. They're personalizing a home.
Yep.
And creating emotion.
And I think it does it in a really elegant way.
Mm-hmm.
It goes through all the firsts that every family has in that home. And then all the lasts that every family has in that home. Right? It tells a story. And that story is entertaining.
Relatable.
Yeah. It sucks you in. And you can imagine that lots of people watch that to the end. Is that fair?
Guaranteed.
Yeah. So when you're talking about doing listing videos, how do you make what you are doing both informative and entertaining? Right? Is there a lot of information about the house in this?
Just an address.
Just an address. Well, just
It
address,
showed
right?
spaces. It showed the spaces
Showed the
of the home and
spaces.
experiences in those spaces.
Because why do people buy houses?
What's it given?
They buy it to build the memories that they're going to build in the home, right? And that's what end users do. How many of you have ever sold a home that you had memories in?
That's why we change what we call it, from a house to a home.
Exactly.
And depending on if it's a seller or buyer. If
Exactly.
it's a seller, it becomes a house.
When I sold my townhouse, the first home my wife and I ever owned, my first son had been born in that, and then in his room, we had put stencils of like, kind of cartoon animal characters, a lion, and zebra, giraffe, and all that kind of stuff. We sold the house, the crib was in the room, and all that kind of stuff. And I stood in that room and I bawled. Just bawled. And we're moving to our next house, and I'm sure that when we leave that one and the kids are gone, I will bawl again. When you're looking at something like this, he could have gone through and said, "Chef's kitchen." Ample
And
floor
we probably
space.
laugh.
Ample floor space. Right? And would that have been what people were looking to do?
I didn't think that you were allowed to make videos without, like, so were they all realtors?
Sorry?
I
So
thought that
there's-
we had a restriction that we couldn't make listing videos anymore. We could only use real estate agents in the videos.
I have never heard that.
There's a new rule with RICO about using, but I don't know if there's, and I have to look into it.
You couldn't use a paid actor in an advertisement?
I think it depends on the format of it. I think if it's an information, like an informative, you could only use the realtor,
Like,
but.
none of those people speak, right? They're just
Mhm.
dancing or cooking or, getting into fights or.
And they don't provide any information.
There's
from
no
a real estate
information,
perspective.
no.
Yeah, I thought that you couldn't put anyone that wasn't a realtor in a video anymore.
If that's true, I'm sure he will have to take this video down.
Is that true?
I have no idea.
There's a new rule from RICO regarding,
They're restricting lifestyle videos. Because there's a team in Oakville and Saga that just had videos of a ballerina going through the kitchen, just dancing. No, you can't do that. It's
Even
just,
though
it doesn't make sense because it's not even marketing the house.
Even though.
Send it to me.
Yeah.
Because I highly disagree. Okay? I believe that if it means a ballerina is going to go through the house and you're going to spin and jump over the couch or do whatever it is a ballerina does in the house, and it pushes people towards going to the listing, looking for more information, and eventually booking showings, there is nothing misleading about it unless you said the ballerina comes with the house. Right?
Or that if you buy the house, you're able to do what the ballerina does.
Yeah, you're not making false claims, it's no different than any other product that somebody is selling where you are showing it off in interesting. Yes. In an interesting way. So if that's true, send that to me and I will edit this course. Because I have used this video as an example as an absolute A. This is a killer
Well, it is,
listing
even if
video.
it will say no, that's the most well thought out
Genuine,
video
yeah.
to sell a
100%.
property without someone standing up front and saying, well, the one is remaining.
Exactly. And coming from the guy that used to stand outside in front of a property saying, "Welcome to When It's Remained," like for years, that's what I did. And I looked at this and I was like, "Oh, I missed the boat. I didn't get it." Right? This listing must have had hundreds of thousands of hits. Millions of people saw this video. It was sold in 6 days for what we're asking in downtown Toronto. What we're asking for at a current list price of $4.6 million.
What year?
Sorry?
What year?
23. I'll check for you. I think the point that I'm making though is that
Well, it does say actors and everything, directed by and actors and.
yeah, everyone gets their credits. Right.
Yeah, so there's nothing certainly misleading.
No, but I think that when we're talking about what's the value of the video and what you could do in order to, when you take a listing,
My purpose was,
Fantastic.
how do you get people to look at it and start thinking outside the box of it has X number of bathrooms, X number of bedrooms, and an ensuite, right?
And you don't, what, I did a video, and honestly, I thought it was horrible. I just did a FISBO video at Bold. I did it, I don't know, a month, 2 months, a couple months ago, I guess. And I just stood outside and said, hey, you know, if there's anyone that sees a sign that says for sale by owner, take a picture of it and send it to me and I'll give you a gift card. And I got one again yesterday, and it's been a couple months, and I thought, it was a horrible video. Like, it wasn't like the traffic was going by and, you know, I hesitated and but I did it real quick and just posted it and then went back into the class in Bold, and 2 months later, someone sent me
We're going to talk about when highly polished is required, and when, you know, quick and dirty, I pull my phone out and I say the thing makes more sense. Okay? Yes?
Here's where you go from here. Say they do this amazing video, say they're selling 6 homes a year. What do you do next? Even in your next video, I guess that's, because you can't do this 50 times. I don't think, or maybe you can, I don't know.
Well, I read chapter books. Every chapter is different. Or I read series books, and I buy in the next book, and the next book, the next book. So the next family home is similar, but it's yet again different because it's a different perspective.
Mm-hmm. So I would ask you to put this into a category of
100%.
narrated building stories. Different buildings, different story, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's say you are condo downtown, and you know it's owned currently by young single woman who's now moving out, getting married, all that kind of stuff, and you talk about, you know,
Oh, Sex in the City all the way.
yeah,
Like the farewell to the single life.
yeah, the partner in crime during this part of the thing. There's a lot of things, a lot of stories you can tell. You can be a triplex and talk about, you know, I was this person's business partner, and now it's time to move forward onto my next partner, and I can't wait.
Are you able to get back to us on what you find out about what Rico?
I'm looking for it, I'll find out.
Whether this is even.
I've already
find
done
out.
it.
Okay.
I think that this also
It
just is dual, right? So this would do really well on selling this home, but I wonder how many leads he had from the people being like, I want my house to sell like when we sell our house, I want my house to be showcased like this. I wonder how many other
100%.
leads he got from just this video alone.
Matt got thousands of leads.
And high end, like that's a high end home, so he's high end.
And so, to Matt's credit, he's a very good guy. You're not going to do every building like this. That's an expensive video to do, right? Fair?
Yeah.
What if the person lead comes to you and says, you know what, that's great, and I appreciate that you want this thing. Let me ask you something. What's more important to you, the fact that you get the video like this, or you get the names and phone numbers of all the people that were looking for this building and this? Which is more important? What does that mean? I know you guys probably don't know who Chuck Charlton is, or you'll know, but Chuck once taught me years and years ago that when you have leads, you categorize them as to what they owned and what they were looking for. So that when you walk into a listing appointment, you would pull out your list of three-bedroom townhome buyers that were in your database, and you say, these are all the people that are in my database that have been looking for a three-bedroom townhome in the last X number of months. Does anyone else bring you buyers like this? Video like this, you get a bunch of people in the luxury market looking at $4.5 to $5.5 million range. And the person that's selling next down the street doesn't necessarily want the video. What they want is the result. Right? He's only ever done one of these. Isn't that? And he tries to really keep everything new and fresh and not repeating. That's
You'd be
beside the
happy with the prior interview.
Yeah. Now, but you can do a lot of things really different with a listing video. I've had realtors jump in poodles. I've had, they did one with me with a TikTok effect where I was walking in and out of doors like a fun house. So I would like walk in at that door and I would come out that door in the same shot. And it was kind of that fun, almost carnival music that was playing for it. Got a lot of views on that. I've done blooper reels of our videos, which always played extremely well. I know an agent that strapped a GoPro to a Chihuahua and set the dog running through the house and had different people calling the dog. So went up the stairs, got to that person, turned around the bed, went down the stairs, back, and eventually went out the back door and had seen like 60% of the home. And of the Chihuahua running through the house.
I tried to have the dog with me. The dog just wouldn't.
I mean, you have to pick your co-stars well.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
I love that idea.
But I think the important part to know is that listing videos today, their job is not to is not to read the listing to someone. It's to bring them into the home and attract them. You know, it's the ski in, ski out property on the side of Blue Mountain, where you literally put a GoPro on your chest, you start at the top of the hill, you ski in, and you ski right on, take the skis off, and walk into the room and close the fire door. Right? It's bringing the person into the space emotionally, as opposed to, and it has a brand new furnace, right? But you laugh, right? Because it's
sometimes that's the best feature to have stuff.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I have yet to find the person that called me and said, I want to buy this house. It said new furnace in the listing. I've never had that specific call before. And so that's the thing you're looking to do. Now, are there other ways to get people to watch your listing videos? Can I give you another one? Now, full disclosure, this lady's going to rub some of you the wrong way.
Great.
Oh, I love this girl.
Ridiculous. This house is 7,000 square feet. I can't even fit it into a frame. 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, $3.5
Yeah.
million. This house was built in 1922. 22? Nobody tell Leonardo DiCaprio. What? Well, why do I feel like an extra on the set of Goodfellas? You think I'm funny? Funny how? You think I'm a clown? What up, MTV? Welcome to my crib. Yeah, come on, Diddy party's this way. I'm so glad there's no today. The day people think they're so much better than us. They're like, well, if you had shit on your arm, you wouldn't just wipe it off with a paper towel. Yeah, but I also wouldn't just rinse it off with water. Now you're just spraying your shit everywhere. This house keeps going and going and going. It doesn't end. It's like the John Wick series. I'm only has to get my dad Coors Light out of the fridge. This is the Girls Gone Wild viewing area, isn't it? That's right, Sarah. You take that degree in engineering. Oh no, I'm naked in the tub. I hope a man who's 6'3" with a gambling addiction and a temper similar to my father's doesn't walk in. You're amazing. It's not your fault the end of your belly button looks like a Vienna sausage. I feel like I'm the bartender on the Titanic. Might as well start drinking, everybody. We're all gonna die tonight. What do rich people do in the closet this die? This is where they store their tax write-offs. I thought it would be bigger. I've said that sentence too many times in my life. Share this with someone who can't afford a $3.5 million house just to make them feel like shit. Oh look, another.
That is Brianna Benasiski from Tampa, Florida.
I know her. She's hilarious.
We were actually talking
We were
talking about her on Monday.
She has, over the last 60 days, gone viral multiple times. I have been having people from all over the country send me this person. Now,
I'm gonna say
Some
she's
good
viral for
stuff.
the right reason though.
I don't know the answer to that question. What I do know is when you're talking about getting a video seen, 2.2 million, 1.9 million,
Yeah.
1.8 million, like the results don't lie. And not for nothing, nobody stormed out of the room here. Nobody was like, oh, can't believe it happened.
She's still involved there.
Yeah, that didn't happen. It was funny, right? Now, was it the same kind of funny that I would do in listing video? No, that's not something that I would have to think.
It's a shock
If
factor.
you did that once in Kingston, you would be dead in the water.
But
Yeah.
But what is it about this video that's so different?
She's saying what people wouldn't want to say, right? Like she's literally throwing it out there.
Shock factor.
Yeah.
It's about the jokes in the rooms.
Yeah. She's still showcasing the house in each room,
Yep.
like the closet.
Absolutely. And it's about getting people, it's about the brand recognition of seeing that she's representing all of these homes.
But I guess I'll ask, so Maureen,
Yes.
if one of us were to do a video like that, what would that phone call be that ensues afterwards?
These people know what they're getting into.
I'm not sitting here saying that you should get on and make.
No, but I'm just saying though, right? Like,
That's not what I'm saying.
I'd be sitting there with my hand in my head,
Does she actually
or
rent
hand
these
in my
houses?
hand, just like,
I feel like you would be on a personal
Realty One
basis
Group
with
Advantage,
Phil,
Florida.
right? Hi, Maureen.
Tampa's a very bold, transitional young crowd.
Yeah.
So she's actually, agents are looking at her thinking she's different, and sellers are looking at her going, "Oh my God, do this because other people aren't."
They have different regulations, right? I would assume.
Well, yes, different, but I think we're getting that around when we don't need to.
That's fair.
You don't have to make a joke about a Girls Gone Wild watching them, but you can make a different joke
Or a tea party.
about something else. Right? You can make these things funny without doing.
Like you could literally
That
say about that
exact
closet, you can have a girls' night in this closet alone, right?
Yeah.
Like just keep it clean, but
Or
just
there's also the guy that ends up running through all these houses and he sits backwards on the toilet. Like he'd be like, "Have you seen this bathroom?" And he runs into the room and he sits like backwards on the toilet and he like literally somebody is following through like this entire house and he's showcasing, but he's the joke showcasing the house. Like he'll make jokes about himself.
Yeah.
And nothing about the house.
It's the same as the ballerina, isn't it? Right? You're seeing the house and feeling the entertainment simultaneously.
Yeah.
So some of these things can be funny, but they don't have to be vulgar funny. The only reason, the reason I pulled this one up is because this person is exceptionally hot right now in the world of real estate. Like, I'm not lying, I'm telling you, people across the country have been sending me these
so
TikToks.
do they think they're funny or are they just shocked?
They think they're hilarious.
Okay.
I had yet to have the person that was like, "Oh, I can't put, they're ruining the entire profession." I haven't got
I would watch that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Just to see what I missed in that.
right, because it was so quick that there was something
Yeah.
you did miss. Yeah, 100%.
My favorite one.
And then the part of it is that people then start to look at the house.
Yes.
So they go back and then
Yeah.
that's why she's getting so many views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
And they're working.
and so what we're talking about is the value of entertainment coupled with the value that the product brings, and showing that through video. What makes video so powerful is it is a unique medium where you can do both of those things, because you couldn't do it in the written word, could you?
Well, it would have no impact anyway.
But it was different impact.
Couldn't be audio. It couldn't just be a picture. You wouldn't want to turn one. She couldn't put this house up there and with a meme on it with written words of like,
No.
the being a mob boss.
It's even funnier because she's in it. You see her and
Yeah.
she's talking and she's saying it. If she did, right, if she just narrated it,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the same. It would still be funny, but it wouldn't be the same. The wow factor is she's standing there saying all this stuff in each room.
And so and for me, the timing's pretty good, and
Yeah.
love that. But I think that the reason I showed you these 3 examples is this: video needs to be more than just what you do to sell houses or what the house you're selling is. You have to go deeper. You have to say more in your video in order to make it interesting and have somebody watch the whole way through. It's a medium by which you can set yourself apart because it's just you talking to the audience. It's a medium where you can showcase a property differently than traditional real estate. And the ones that are doing it at the highest level, they're not talking about bedrooms or bathrooms, kitchens, or location. You didn't even know where 41 Bennington is. I have no idea. I know kind of where it is just by the style of the house, but like, not a clue, right? But then you're driving eyeballs to that listing. You're driving eyeballs to the thing. Because what's the first goal of marketing for yourself or for the home? What's the first goal?
First goal of marketing?
The first goal of marketing for either your own services or a house is the same.
Oh, visibility, eyes on it.
Let them know you exist.
Yeah.
Right? Let them know this is a house for sale. The one we just saw, this one right here, it's a $3.5 million home in Tampa, Florida. That is a very small pool of buyers. $3.5 million is a lot any place on earth.
I thought you said 5.3.
Either way, it's still a small number.
Oh,
It's still a small amount of people that can afford that building, right? And it's letting people know that your services are there. And then it's informing them about the services. Is that fair? And so when we're talking about video, we're talking about creating something that is engaging, that is either entertaining or informative or both. Is that fair? Any questions around all that? We'll start moving on to like the wheres that we put, like how do we actually post these things so people can see. Fantastic. Oh, let's talk about wheres then. Lots of places that you can use video for public consumption. Okay? We'll start with the oldest and we'll work to the newest. Is that fair? Oldest, YouTube. YouTube is for long form instructional video. So if you're doing a podcast or an interview with a city councilman or anything that informs the public in long form, YouTube is the place for that. How-to videos, how to swap your furnace filter, how to change a pot lamp, understanding construction so that when a first buyer walks through, they can find when they say, "We're just going to blow up this wall," and it's like, well, maybe not, right? Teaching people how you look at a building. That's all long form. That all belongs on YouTube. Highly, highly, highly recommend YouTube. Okay, it is still one of the most consumed one of the most consumed content platforms on the internet. It is incredible. If you want a great example of a person that does YouTube at an incredibly high level, go to Ken Pozak, P-O-Z-E-K. He's an Orlando real estate agent with Keller Williams. He does about 2,000 ends in Orlando every year. And he is built an entirely on YouTube. Okay? Maureen, do you have a playbook?
Yeah. Please don't grab one.
He might.
Probably might have.
It was in your office yesterday.
We have many.
Perfect. In the playbook, volume 1, Ken's YouTube play is in here. Farming.
Pozak?
Social media. Pozak. P-O-Z-E-K. I believe it's Selling Orlando.
Isn't he like in top 10 right now, KW?
Oh yeah.
I think so. He might even be number 1 right now, but he's right in the top.
He won't be number 1.
He won't be?
No one's catching Ben. Ben's on almost like 8.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
This year.
Yeah. but I think he's I'm pretty sure he's in the top 10.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Early 40s, great dude. It's in here. I'm not seeing it. Oh. It might be in volume 2. I'm in the wrong one. Anyway, that's it. You can get his YouTube play. You can watch what he does from a content perspective. And he is talking about all things Orlando real estate. The developments that are going up, the changes to legislation, all of the things that are happening in that real estate market. And he does it consistently and constantly. Yes.
Jason can print it out before everybody leaves and take a copy with you of that.
You have a digital one? Or
We'll just do a photocopy of the book.
perfect. What about me?
I'm big.
Um,
We probably have a digital round too.
One of the things that is important about video, the most important thing that I hope you take away from this course, one video will not make you Justin Bieber. Those days are gone. It's not you put one video on YouTube, Usher finds you, and you become this. This is time on task over time, right? For someone like Matt Lionetti, this is his 600 or 700th video. He did real estate comedy for a while. He did a lot of different things. This is where he's gotten to in the development of that. Your first video is not going to get as many views as your 10th video will, as many as your 20th video will, as many as your 100th video. But your 100th video will drive views back to your 10th and your first. Okay? One of the things that people get into, particularly in social media, it destroys their efforts in this. They put one video and like nobody saw it. And that's because the algorithm knows that this is the first time you've done this. And it's unsure of whether or not you're providing value. When you provide value on an ongoing basis and your viewership is increasing, it will start pushing older videos out in that system and suggesting them more. The more you do it, the better all of the videos will do. Is that fair?
Is that the same with posts? It seems to be.
That is the same with every type of social media that you can do. The only one caveat for that is this. On Facebook or Instagram, if you return and post after a long time, you're going to get great traction on that post. And the reason is Facebook knows that if they give you great traction on the first one, you're going to keep using the system. And so, like, I haven't posted for a long time on either Facebook or Instagram. But if I put up something innocuous right now, like half of my audience will see it for some weird reason. And then if I keep posting after that, it'll slowly dwindle down until it builds back up again over time. That's how the algorithm works, broadly. Fair? So being consistent with the thing. Other thing is this. The more times you do a video, your first one's gonna suck. You might think it's awesome, and even if you think it's awesome in the moment, you're gonna get a year, 2 years down the road, and now you're doing some pretty cool stuff, and you look back at the first one and you're like, right? You will evolve as a marketer as you go through that. And so don't worry about that. It doesn't matter. I do remember Matt Lyonetti's first set of videos. I've known the guy for a long time. He got a lot better and a lot more polished as he
We
went.
hired people.
We hired people for that one, but the vast majority of his stuff is done with a microphone and a telephone. Right? So YouTube is the first place. The next place that you can put, and YouTube I'm going to count with things like Vimeo and other video housing places. The other thing that YouTube and Vimeo are great for is you upload it and you can actually store it in YouTube and not have it be public. And just send the video out to only the people with the link. to not have it be publicly searchable. So if you need to house a contract to close video, hey, congratulations on your purchase. I just wanted to go over all the things that we needed to think about. Next, email them the link for that video, which in Gmail pops up in an iframe container. So it doesn't do anything in Gmail, it just pops up on the screen and you play the video. And then they get a visual and a video message around the things they should be thinking about for their video. Fair? That's what those are good for. Next one is Facebook. Facebook is very, very good for videos around that 2-minute length. Things that are slightly more complicated to explain, but you can still do it without having to, like, you know, watch me change this toilet or whatever it is, right? And these are the things that where you're now looking at trading in people's interest. So there has to be value. You're not searching it as a destination, it's gonna pop up organically. The biggest difference between YouTube and all the rest of the social medias is the rest of the social medias, you have an algorithm as a person for what you're watching, and the system is feeding you videos. You're not necessarily picking them. Whereas YouTube is primarily a video search engine. If someone comes across your video, they've searched for it. They've searched for something involved in the video. Information about Kingston real estate. What are the best neighborhoods in Kingston? That's what they've actually searched for that. Facebook, and for all of our social medias going forward, these are ones that get served up individually. So you have to hook a person very, very quickly. So they don't necessarily know if they want what you're showing. Sure, you can. But when was the last time you searched something in Facebook?
I should do the last one. Yeah.
You searched in Facebook?
Yeah. Yeah.
Surprised what she was.
My sister was.
I'm lazy. I don't like going
Oh, I
through all
hate
my
that
likes
guy.
to find like the one page I want to get to. Like go into the search.
Oh, you're going back to find something you previously saw.
Yeah.
Okay, that I completely get. And that thing, at some point in time, the system offered up to you organically, right? I definitely searched Facebook for things that I had seen at some other point in time. I had to search social media for all of these videos because I had been offered them at some point in time. Fair? But at no point do you type in the search bar
Hashtag real estate or like hashtag.
You know what you'd get for hashtag real estate on Facebook? You'd be all over the world, right? Even if it was hashtag Kingston real estate, you wouldn't know what you were getting in your thing. Whereas YouTube, you're
Kingston,
gonna
Jamaica.
Actually, to be honest, it's actually, we should be doing it because then if you put in funny real estate videos or funny, you look for something different to give you an idea of a video to do. So
Yep.
search it in Facebook.
and that's definitely a thing that you can do. The vast majority of the public, they're scrolling through their feed. It's being fed to them organically. And so, how are you hooking them first? What's true about Facebook when you're scrolling on your phone? I'll give you a hint. It's about the sound.
But most people don't actually have their sound on, so it's like closed captions.
The sound of the video.
85% of all sound is default off on Facebook. Do you know that? 85%.
Because you have to click on it.
You have to actually turn it on. Now I made sure they were all turned on here because when I loaded all these videos, it was default sound off. All three of the ones I just showed you.
So my phone just did an update and changed it because it wasn't that way. And now I realized that what you just said, because I had to click the other day, like I had to hit it. I'm like, why is it quiet? I was like, that's weird, but my phone just updated. So it changed it.
So when you're doing your
I
videos,
always turn it off.
what should you have in the video to grab somebody?
Good visual.
Good visual captions.
Closed caption. Again,
And you can do
And
closed.
automatic
Oh,
captions
yeah.
are sometimes a
Yeah.
little scary.
I'll have a
Yeah,
video
I
with
put my
audio
own
that will
captions
start
in.
playing,
You're
but if
right.
it doesn't have the
There's-
closed captions, and I have to turn the sound on, I go to the next one.
Yeah, 'cause you might be sitting
I'd rather
somewhere you
read
can't have-
something and go, okay, this is of interest, and click it, then just obnoxiously do it.
Yeah, I mean, think about like, you're on the GO train going to work, tons of people, you're looking at your phone, you might not have earphones in, you're reading the captions as opposed to playing that, you know, some girl standing in front of a Tampa Bay residence, you know, looking for a tall banker to come take her to the tub. Like, that's not something you do in public, right? And yet, a lot of videos are consumed in that space. So you want to have captions. Automatic captions are great. Proofing first.
Can you adjust those? I've never actually
Yeah, you can edit.
done it. Okay.
There's different automatic captioning programs, like the internal ones to Facebook and Instagram, and then there's other ones in video editing softwares that'll do it for you via AI. Those ones are better, but they come with the cost.
And which ones have you used that are good that you can think of offhand?
Primarily, I've always used the Instagram one, and that's because the last time I was doing videos for my real estate business, there was no ChatGPT.
I use captions, and that's where I do all my video editing, where you can put music, graphics, stickers, and you can change the lettering of the closed captions itself, and you can change like the coloring and where it sits on the video, and you can actually go in and edit
And what is
the
it called
words,
again?
captions.
And that's on Instagram?
It's
No,
on.
it's an app.
No.
Oh, it's an app
Yeah,
called
so I can upload all my videos into it, and it auto closed captions everything.
Is it free?
But I think I paid like $140 annually for it,
Okay.
and I do everything in it.
So, when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you have captions available, so they can tell what the video is going to be about first. Because to your point, you're watching, there's no captions, and it's just you talking on a screen about something, and there isn't an explosion in the background or something to catch your attention. You just scroll by. You want to make sure that thing is there. So somebody has an idea how to get their attention. So like I said, for Facebook, a little bit longer runtime, a little bit more of a complicated thing. Not the greatest for comedy and entertainment. Still more informative, like being on YouTube. Your entertainment is short. Those are TikToks and Reels. Okay.
And Facebook can surprise you, so I, not intentionally, I did a live video intentionally. It went longer than I anticipated. I think I went almost 20 minutes. And for me, it hit a lot of views. I think I hit close to 2,000 shares. It was shared to the Premier, to the Prime Minister, to news stations, and whatever.
What were you saying?
It was during COVID. My mom was in the hospital and we had a forward experience, and it was just capitalizing on what seniors are going through in the COVID moment and the cracks that are existing in our healthcare system.
Yeah.
And my Facebook Messenger blew up with people I had no idea who they were sharing their stories.
That happens. Being current matters.
So
So,
one-off, clearly, but I was a little shocked to find the traction that it had.
oh, listen, the number of creators that are out there that'll tell you that I didn't think this was the one that was going to go viral, and it was the one that went viral. It's everywhere. Instagram and TikTok. That is your 15 seconds to a minute quick hit information or entertainment or listening. Okay? The year of the long form listing video is gone. You want something that tells a person something's for sale and pushes them to look for more information if they're interested. But you're not showing every square inch of the house anymore. It's more around emotion than it is about the brass tacks. And you're looking to drive people to ask questions. Fair? Even shorter than that are your stories. Your daily stories that only have 24 hours to populate. Okay? So that is 15 seconds. Hey, I'm walking into 123 Main Street, I'll let you know how it goes. Click. That house was full of dolls. Right? And I only say that because I've actually done that sort of thing.
All right. I did the same talk where I boosted it for a week. It was like $5 a day or something.
Yep.
Like that. Ended up with like over 10,000 views.
Yeah.
So you would do 2 different
It was
videos,
just a
two
simple-
15-second, like,
Yeah.
And it was only like
and then post them what, like how far apart?
In your stories. You just
Oh,
post them when you in your
stories.
stories. Just post them when you post them.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Okay. The next place to go to is lives. There's lots of different ways you can do a live. You can do a live on Facebook. You can do a live on Instagram. You can do a live on YouTube if you so choose. Instagram is my personal favorite for doing that. It's where the most eyeballs are going to be. What are good topics for lives? For live stream. It's a longer form. You have to be over 2 minutes for Instagram to carry it as live. So it's going to be informative, right? It should be current. Has to be current.
You almost need like several hooks so that people will stay engaged and continue to watch it through the end.
Absolutely. How many of you know what Barstool Sports is? The vlog Barstool Sports. Okay, it's a comedy social media network. They run podcasts and a bunch of other stuff. And there's the guy who runs it is a guy named Dave Portnoy. And Dave Portnoy is a caricature of a person. Like, he's like a cartoon character. And he does all these ridiculous things, like he has champagne bottles made up of his enemies that he pops when they fall from grace. And it's people like Roger Goodell, the commissioner of the NFL, and like people like that. And he will hop on a live, like in a lawn chair at the pool, and be like, okay, emergency press conference. That's what he says. Emergency press conference time, guys. And then talk about something for 2 minutes. Think about your life in real estate. Emergency press conference time. They're changing the laws of real estate. This is what you need to know. Right? Emergency press conference time. The Bank of Canada says they're going to hold rates through 2023 and then lied. Right? How do you hook right at the beginning of that live? And then that live gets saved to a reel and does better in the algorithm. Just FYI. But these things are like literally him shirtless with his dog. Like, okay, emergency press conference time. He's drinking Happy Dad. Like, it's none of it looks professional.
What's happening now?
It's a beer. It's a beer in the US. You can use lives. You can do lives at open houses. Hey guys, come to your live. We're just supposed to start the open house. I want to give you a quick tour if you can't make it down. Take it through. These are not meant to be polished. They're just not meant to be polished videos. They're not supposed to be polished. It's a live. You're holding your own phone. Right? Sound's gonna be grainy. It's gonna be shaky as you walk all over the house. Right? It's gonna be all of those things. Have a client event, go live from the client event. Right? Just keep in the back of your mind when you can go live for. Okay? Did I miss any places where you should put videos?
Do you do them on LinkedIn?
I don't use LinkedIn for anything. I'm a LinkedIn
Okay.
ghost.
Thank you. I'm so over LinkedIn.
There seems to be an increase in it all of a sudden for some reason.
So in my current position, I should probably have a significantly better LinkedIn profile. As a matter of fact, the last guy I hired got on the interview and he was like, "You're like a ghost online," because normally he would do a background on his potential employer, and I'm like, "Yeah, kind of."
Oh, it's interesting. So I just changed that I just newly have come to Keller, then I changed it to my LinkedIn, and the amount of messages that I receive through LinkedIn were.
I don't know a lot about the platform. I think I have 2 or 3 accounts.
It feels like the main thing people do is react to something like that.
Yeah.
New job. Oh, congratulations. It's your
Yeah.
birthday. Congratulations.
which is fantastic. That just means people are looking, right?
So I don't know what
People are
else
seeing
you do. I know there's stuff.
What about Twitter?
I don't use Xspring.
Why?
Mostly because how the algorithm works for Twitter, it doesn't populate content. So it's drowned in a sea of spam and like current event hate messages and
Yeah, I would wonder at
I
this
could
stage of
people
like
complaining
in
about stuff.
Canada, I wouldn't use that.
No way.
Not
I'm on it all the time reading news.
Really?
Most, like US news.
No.
Yeah.
So I mean, and you can.
That's why I deleted it.
But
Stop reading
well,
it.
it matters though.
Yeah.
I would.
Or if I want to see any news, really, with world news,
Yeah.
then I'll go to Twitter.
Twitter is for
Or
me
X.
is a place that it's a little too wild westy for me to be able to predict who's going to see what and where they're going to see it. How content gets fed up to somebody organically is far too unpredictable. Like when I'm on my X account and I'm looking at what it's feeding me and I'm like, you don't know me at all, right? Because I have an expectation that my apps are going to know who I am. That's a very 2025 expectation, but that's what I expect. And so I don't use that at all. You
Like,
can.
your AI figures out who you are and how to.
I would.
But ever
this
since
is
they
gonna
took
drop.
news off Facebook, I think that's why. I didn't used to, but
Yeah, I
now
wouldn't.
you
I mean,
can't.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't use it at all to know. So can you try it? Sure. Let me know how it is. And I think that the rules for
No, I
the
believe
content.
it, right? I'm just asking.
Yeah, and I think the rules for the content are the same, right? So
I don't
If
really
you're
hear many
doing-
people use Twitter anymore, though.
There's a few agents, like,
We've had
quite a
Twitter,
few
we
agents
don't
that
use it.
on it, but not posting it.
years ago when I was on Twitter, what real estate agents were using it for was to chew out other agents. And I'm not gonna participate.
No.
That said, so we're good with all the places things have been
Yeah.
posted. All right, let's talk about cadence. How often should you be doing this if it's a part of your purposeful business? Right? Because we've established, right, that 1, 2, even 10 is probably not enough. Is that fair?
You're talking in the lifetime.
Yeah. So how often in your world should you be putting up new content in all these places?
5
When you say 5, what does that mean?
5 times a day. 5
places.
likes,
Oh, the
Five.
5 by 5.
5 comments, 5 likes,
the
5 conversations.
old
It's
Wendy
the
Archer.
the whole 5 of
I think that's a fantastic social media strategy, particularly organic.
5 times a day.
5 times could be 5 different platforms too, right? Like you could post on Facebook, you could do a story, a reel, and then Instagram. You know, like Twitter. You could pick 5.
And
So-
also schedule.
Oh, it's a
So
little.
5 actions a day.
Yeah,
Schedule
5.
your socials.
This is going to sound like a
Oh,
lot.
yeah. I don't do that. I don't know.
This is going to sound like a lot, and then I'm going to tell you how to do it significantly easier than you think it can be done. Is that fair?
Because you can go across all platforms now too.
Okay, yeah.
Just one click of a button.
Right.
Yep. So YouTube, once a week to every other week, where you're putting out long form content about a subject, right? A lot of these are organized in podcasts, interviews, and create yourself a calendar. So if you're going every 2 weeks, you need 26 pieces of content for an entire year.
You said every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks. You can do every week too. Every week is better than 2.
But one of the bigger channels I watched, they were kind of like a twice a week. I would like to see them every day, but it's like once a week, twice a week.
Well, and twice a week is, sometimes it just gets hard to
Yeah,
produce that kind of content.
yeah. The more in depth it goes, it seems like
Yeah.
the bigger they become. It's almost like sometimes it's further out.
And sometimes the content isn't your only job. Like if you're a real estate agent, but the Joe Rogan Experience, that podcast, comes out on YouTube every day. But all he's doing every day is doing the podcast. His whole life, right? Or we have to actually go out and do the business of selling real estate. Fair. So once a week to once every other week. So you need 52 to 26 pieces of content for for YouTube. You can do once a week to twice a week on Facebook. Instagram is going to help you with that because Instagram is going to populate your reels into Facebook. Fair?
Do it once per week on Facebook?
And you mean just
Organically on Facebook.
real estate stuff, correct? You're not talking real estate and personal.
No, I'm not talking real estate stuff.
I don't think that's enough, but.
Okay. So you're going to go to Instagram and TikTok, and there you are 4 to 5 times a week.
That's even different.
It's 15 seconds, right? 15 seconds to 30 seconds. Something
Depend
makes
on your
somebody.
demographic.
Sorry?
Does it depend on your demographic?
And here's why. You're going to put 4 up, and one's going to be seen by person A, and number 2 is going to be seen by person B, and they may not mix. Right? They may not get shown in order to somebody. Right? This is about making sure that the algorithm knows that you are a consistent poster, to put eyes on the thing, to keep pushing up your content.
Yeah, and there's something in the algorithm too, isn't there? Something like, if there's an ideal amount, like say it says once every 2 weeks, even if you post 7 days a week, it doesn't really, it's not more effective.
There's a,
than once every 2
there is a point of diminishing return, and then there's actually a point where you're spamming the system and they start to slow you down. Fair?
Yeah.
Okay, so Ian, are you talking about video?
Video.
Only?
Video.
Not, this isn't posts, it's just video.
Yeah. Videos. Like Reels, TikToks.
So Facebook isn't necessarily once to twice a week a post, but it's once to twice a week a video or a clip of some sort.
Yeah. You should interact with your social, how to use social media for business is a totally different beast. And that has more to do with your interactions with people on the platform than it does with the content from equal amounts, the content you're posting and your interactions with people. Fair? This is how often you should do it. Stories, 5 times a day.
On Instagram and Facebook? Or you
It'll
doing
populate for
this
both for you.
So
Or
you can
Snapchat.
share, like, when I post on Facebook, I have it set to share to Instagram.
Yep.
Is it? Find it's like harder to use. I don't know, like my kids are better at it.
Sure.
Oh, I'm in your camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Facebook, I scream
Oh,
like
like,
every
help me,
day.
and my kids are like, Mom, just do this. And da, 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 da.
Yeah, Instagram and the whole stories, I'm not there yet. I would like to be there yet, but it's my bubble.
So you could share back and forth. So you're saying not to do that? Like,
No, I'm saying you can absolutely do that.
oh,
You
Oh, yeah.
can have the stories linked. But the stories as an applet across all platforms, whether it's Snapchat or whatever, that is a daily occurrence. Here's why.
So you said new stories, daily stories.
Yeah, stories daily, and I do them multiple times daily. I'd say 5 is probably where you need to be. Sugar snaps. It's not going to show you this on my on the desktop feed. But if everyone looks right here at the top of top of the Keller Canada Instagram feed, you see who's there? Would it surprise you to know that those are almost always the same people that are first,
I see that often.
right?
Yeah, no.
Here's why. It feeds you people that you have seen
Yeah.
recently. And so once you're at the top of somebody's feed
You
with
stay
story
there.
content, you need to keep posting stories so there's still stuff there.
you don't come across as a narcissist or something?
Most people don't understand how it works. They just
So
know they
I'm not
see
gonna lie,
them.
like Jaden Kennedy is a social media savant. She's out of Oshawa. She's
What's your name?
Jaden Kennedy. Kristen Schultz, a good friend. She's an agent in Kitchener. At no point have I clicked on there and be like, oh, that person's so full.
And the nice thing with the stories is at the top, you'll see these little bars to show how many stories that they've done. So if you only just see a line, it's just one story versus if you see 3, then it's 3 stories that you can now flip through.
Yeah.
But you don't see it as a post,
It's there for
it gets
24
in
hours.
front of your face more often,
Jaden with a Y.
very.
Yes, it is.
So you doing this right from your regular Facebook account?
Yep.
You can post anything.
The stories are very subtle because they update and add more, and you get to the front of that line of people, we'll call it, without being intrusive. Like if you post like posts on Facebook 5, 6, 7 times a day, you're gonna be annoying, honestly, right? But if you're posting stories, it's not because it's very subtle, that it's continuously getting in front of your face without. Yeah, it's like to be at the top. So you have to have somebody that actually looks at the stories. If they don't look at stories, then they're gonna miss it.
It's a way to keep yourself in front of the people that you care about that are in your story.
Are stories only your friends see them?
Only your friends will see them. Yeah. Reels and TikToks will be served up organically to the entire community, depending on people's interests. Right? And so those are that's the kind of the cadence that you're going to be doing. Now, you might be asking yourself, that's a lot in a week to shoot content. I have a job to do. Right? And here's what I want you to pretend. I want you to pretend you're at a listing right now, you're doing a listing video. And you're going to have the video. You're going to have your live from the building where you're like, hey, I'm here with the videographer, and let's call it the same as Matt's, and the actors. Let's see what the director of this thought of the building. You had a chance to walk around the building? Yeah, this place is awesome. You guys are going to love this video. I think it's going to be great. Like that goes in the story, right? It's another video for a reel. You do it all at the same time. Rather than thinking of 5 a week of what Matt's doing, there's that one plus all the prep. That's your 5. Right? The way Mike does it is he has to create those reels, is he brings up, this one was shot at his house, at his staff pool party. At a staff pool party, they knew what they were going to talk about, and they videoed themselves having drinks around the pool bar.
Well, are you gonna do that? Pool party. All the time. Lots of videos. I've done videos for my pool, believe it or not, during COVID. Like,
but it's easy to get 5 reels worth of content in an hour when everybody's together and they're documenting the purpose of it. There's like nobody to shoot. Right? It's the creation of the ideas that is the difficult part. Now, how does that happen? How do you organize yourself for this kind of thing and make it consistent?
Schedule it every day.
So right now, Keller Williams Canada is doing this practice for all of 2026. So we have a 2026 calendar, and I am mapping out how we are doing all of our video content and social media content as we go through all of 2026. And it's everything from Instagram takeovers for a team or a brokerage that wants to do Instagram takeover with a national account, to what are we shooting videos of, how are we bleeding them out, when we're posting them, all those kinds of things. And I do it for the whole year.
Is there anything similar to that in place already?
In
In
Keller Williams Canada?
No, like what you're saying for 2026 period.
No, this will be the first time we ever have a unified social media strategy to do that. That's a me thing.
Is Threads anything? Facebook Threads? That's something that.
Oh, the competitor to Twitter.
Yeah, because it's in Facebook, so sometimes you click on it and it's like it's taking you away by.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know a lot about Threads. And the reason is somebody said it was a competitor to Twitter, and I'm like, no.
Get in there sometimes, I don't even know how I got there.
Yeah.
I want to get back out of
Facebook
here. I
pulls
want to
you
read
right,
this.
yeah, pulls you in there, but
Yeah.
They want you using the platform.
yeah. I mean, maybe there's value in that.
So it you can choose to auto upload it from Instagram when you make a post. So I don't think that's anything with you.
We have to sign up for Threads.
Yeah, you just sign in with your Instagram or Facebook account. And so, but that's how you're gonna develop content, is you're gonna think about what it is you want to say, and that can be as simple as I'm doing a reel about current events, and I'm doing it. Remember what green screen is on your phone, where you can have like the article, like the screen capture what's on your phone, and then your face is like floating around in front of it, and you're like, see, look over here. Okay. It's an option inside of Instagram.
Oh.
It doesn't look to me either, but I thought it was.
Sorry?
I don't know if I liked it, but I thought it was really well.
I think it depends on how they're done.
Yeah.
Can they get annoying? Sure they can. Can they get really informative if somebody's looking at a post from the Toronto Star and then adding local context to what they're saying? I think that has value.
Because I've seen some people who do it, and I enjoy it. I listen to it. Otherwise, I'm just like,
Yeah, I think that some of them are great and some of them are cheesy. And you're going to have to post to figure out whether or not it is. I would have you suspend your own judgment about things and put it out there to the world and see how they react. Because let me tell you, if you had told me that this girl from Tampa Bay was going to get on and make a Diddy party joke in front of a $5 million listing 2 months ago, I'd have been like, fire her. Yeah. And it happens, and all of a sudden it's viral. People are raving about how wonderful it is. And like, I just needed to suspend my judgment of that thing.
And then there's a bunch of people trying to do the Diddy jokes, and now they're getting
Well, but
you didn't do it right.
But you see what I'm saying though, right? Like, you can't look at something and say, oh, that's lowbrow, or that won't work. If you find it funny, do it. If it's something that you like, do it.
Yeah, not everything for everyone.
No. And I do believe that when you are doing it, it's you. Remember, social media is always you. It's a reflection of who you are. Right? And so, like, when I did blooper reels, you know, they caught everything. They caught my sarcastic, like, it's very close to the liquor store for all the alcoholics that are looking for in the blooper reel, right? They caught me, you know, hiding from the camera. So they came around the corner. They were doing a pan, and I'm like hiding in the closet, looking at my phone. They came around the closet door, and there I am. You guys playing Candy Crush. You know, it needs to be representative of you, right? It's hard for you to go out and do the same things as Matt Lionetti, but you don't have his sense of humor, or his time. You have your own sense of humor. You have your own sense of what is the thing that you want to put out there to the world, and you're going to make those choices. But don't pretend that your choices are going to be the same as everybody else's, right? Now,
So my humor in my office, like my office versus outside of my office might be a little different.
100%.
but I think that's entirely fair. Like, you know, I'm a very different person as Ian Davies, the regional director for Keller Canada, than I was as Ian Davies, the agent, or I am as Ian Davies, the slow pitch for the basement. Right? They're just very different people. But everything I put out there is a reflection of it. Right? And it's what if I think it's funny, I want to put it out there. You know? Whether it's good or bad or like, I want to put it out there. Fair? Awesome. My last thing is that real estate video is not just about real estate. It's about what you like and how people relate to you. Has anyone here ever heard me talk the crazy tale of Brian Karski? No. So Brian Karski is an agent in Hamilton. And from his social media feed, you would never know that he was an agent. Or that he had kids. Or a wife. Or did anything but drive a ridiculously expensive green station wagon. He had this green station wagon shipped from Germany, tracked the boat the whole way, and it's this like 650 horsepower Audi station wagon. And it's the worst way to spend money I've ever seen in my entire life. And he puts out car content. and he goes to car shows. And he has an entire following of car people who also like ridiculously expensive German station wagons.
He has his
Could there
niche.
be?
You think, but there's millions in the niches, right? His average price point is almost $2 million in Hamilton. People that have the money to import ridiculously expensive German station wagons happen to have disposable income and live in larger buildings, and that's what he sells. He has a beautiful century home in Brantford right now. It's $2.7 million. It's like 6,500 square feet. And it was built in 1890. Magnificent building. And that guy owns a Mercedes fancy German station wagon. But all of his content is about that passion of his. If you're passionate about charity, if you're passionate about cycling, if you're passionate about pickleball, that is a part of who you are and part of the video content you need to put out there. Because they're not always just picking you because you're an awesome real estate agent. Sometimes they're picking you because you get them. In my best years as a real estate agent, a lot of my content was around me and my children. Fair? Give me 2 seconds here and I will find that, my most viral post ever. This whole like power thing, conserve power and all that kind of stuff. It's just not worth it. No. Josh, yeah.
I mean, during COVID, we had these little mourning doves that made a little nest and laid eggs outside my window. And so I did like a day by day, and it's like, oh, they're hatched and they're, oh my gosh, the bird followers that I developed during that time frame was insane. It was crazy by just like hashtagging like birds.
So this is my social
So
media.
you can do that with real estate.
This is all, and this has been me my entire life. It's friends. It's some stuff as a Keller Williams leader. Dogs. Oh, what happened? And this.
And what are we not going to do in the future? Why not? And what are we not going to do in the future? Why not?
And I get stuck.
So this was my son when he was 6, who was told, don't climb the back fence because you're going to fall and get stuck. And his little brother, 3 years old, came running back in the house. I'm trying to stuck on the fence. And so I went out with my camera to have a conversation with Jackson. And when I work with people, the things that they most often talk to me about is not whether I'm a good real estate agent, whether I sit on the Canadian Real Estate Association franchisers board, or whether I've been a brokerage leadership, or any of the things that are professional accolades. They talk to me about watching my kid get up for the first time on water skis, right? They talk to me about birthdays. And this last picture right here, the gentleman that is second from the left just passed away. It's about you. This is a human industry. And the more you can humanize yourself, the better off you are going to be. Let them know who you are. You're not the bank teller. Right? Anyone feel a deep connection with their bank teller? Maybe you do, I don't know.
My dad does. My
Yeah.
dad has people everywhere.
Well, but that's demographic. I work with the senior demographic, and they have intimate personal relationships with their bank teller.
Yeah.
It is very different.
And you would
Very
like
different.
them to have that relationship with you, is that fair?
I follow my dad around now, and I take my dad to all his appointments intentionally because of all the people my dad knows. He goes to the gas station, he goes to the dentist, to the eye doctor, to the bank. I go with him everywhere, and the number of leads that I've picked up hanging out with my dad
Oh, a
is
referral from
unbelievable.
a senior is the best. I passed somebody out yesterday and they had, so I passed people as well. And she had said, oh, I'm going to talk to the lady across the road because they're thinking about selling. Now, a real estate agent referred me into the home I was in yesterday. So I had to sit down and say, okay, so typically this is not just what we do for you. Next time we're across the road, you need to let them know I'm the one stop for everything. You will also sell their home, and that's what it looks like when we, like, I will never dismiss another real estate agent when I'm invited into their space. But I'm back on Monday to catalog their home for an auction. And you can guarantee that I have a letter ready to walk that street and put in everybody's mailbox because the senior has already referred me in the neighborhood, and it is, they're as good as gold.
Yeah, word of
100%.
mouth.
Good as gold.
100%. Personal relationships are important.
Mhm.
And you can begin those personal relationships with video on social media. People feel like they know you. I don't know Gary Keller. I've never met him. I don't believe that I will before he retires and rides off in the sunset. And yet, I can tell, I know a lot about him from the content that he has put out. Right? Think about the social media personalities that you've never met and how close you feel to them around what they know and who they are and all of those things simply because of what you have seen.
Oh, wait, Tony and Jason have seen it. I commercial on CCWF. Seniors don't know that you pay for it. And it is, as soon as I walk into someone's home, they're like, oh, you're the girl who's in my living room every day. Yeah. That's nice.
Right?
Gold.
Videos are really powerful.
Gold.
Yeah, I had some a long time ago, and I still get it when Hyundai picks me up, or if I get my car service. They're like, "Oh, my favorite realtor," because I had that in my video, and still like 5 years later, they'll say that to me. The guys like do the show.
So
Yeah.
we have 15 minutes left here, guys. Does anybody have any questions about what I've talked about so far? Before I get into some of the old school ways we use videos.
Are you gonna share some for old videos?
I can. Sure, let's get through the content first and then I can see if I can track them down because a lot of them are dormant web pages and stuff like that. I had a lot more hair when I was doing them, so. I know for sure the blooper reels are still on YouTube. We don't have any questions about that, like social media around video and all that kind of stuff. Let's talk about kind of the ways we can use it in the micro. Video is a great way to build a relationship. If you do nothing else with video, do this thing, okay? You're gonna get a Chrome extension called Loom, L-O-O-M. It's a screen capture extension that allows you to record the web page and view in a little circle in the bottom corner. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna pick your best clients. The ones that you really wanna make sure are your clients for life. You're gonna go to where they live on the MLS and do a video CMA. Pull up the MLS, look at their map. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I know that it's been a couple of years since you bought your home. I wanted to make sure you knew where you were kind of in the continuum of real estate. Here's what's sold around your property. And then just take the last 90 days and pick the ones that are like their home. Then this could give you an idea where you're at right now. Let me know if you have any questions. You would be amazed how many people watch that video. You send it. Loom gives you the opportunity to, it creates a GIF that goes in the email. You click on it, it takes notes of that. Takes notes of the video. 85%, 100% view-through rate. 2.5. It is direct, it is personal. and it builds trust. They know you still care till you're done with the sale. Right? These things take 2 minutes to do. They do not have to be polished. You don't even have to be on camera. But the ums and the ahs and all that kind of stuff, nobody notices them because it's like a conversation. Okay? I did it in one take. Within 10 a day. The whole thing took me maybe 40 minutes to do 10.
The one handy?
What is that replacing? Or is that just like a check-in? Like,
Just a check-in, just providing continuous value to your people.
You can create a conversation where you haven't maybe checked in as often as you could too. Or as you
Open
should.
house guest.
Yeah, the CMAs, you never know when people are ready to sell, even though there's an average.
Yeah.
Life happens and they could be ready to, I've started sending out the CMAs on a regular basis now. I try to get at least 20 to 30 out a week.
You have a bunch of open house guests come, and you get, let's say, 10 good email addresses. You make a video, put the MLS open, so you were here, this is what's sold around this neighborhood, this is where we know that it's going, here's what it kind of looks like to be in this school district. Right? Send it out to your people. It's micro, it's relevant, it's where they were that day. It's trust. Right? Even if they're not ready, it's okay.
And if they have children.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a school thing if they have children. Yeah, but like you can do it for anything. Hey, you came in my open house in this condo building. Here's what's happening in this building right now. If you were thinking that this is kind of the place you wanted to.
It's a snapshot in that moment too, that they can see what's going on.
Yep.
And then they'll bring back to, oh, okay, well, a year ago, my house was worth this much, so now it should be at this much. It's just kind of an education, trust building.
Yeah, I think that there's real value.
But the video part that you're doing, I think that's a great idea. What do you mean by loom?
So loom.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
that's how you screen record and it videotapes you.
It's the only.
Oh, that's what Jason did.
Loom, free screen recorder.
No, I don't.
No? How do you do it then? You record what you're doing in the video.
I think
and
that's
then
just Google Meet.
But with my side, Chromebook has that built in.
Oh, okay.
Like a screen record.
Yeah.
But we can't, you sent me a screen record and there's no talking, there's no record and your voice.
I just didn't want to talk.
But you can?
I can.
Okay.
I just don't want to talk.
Yeah, the one you sent us, was that, where did you do that one from? Google?
My Chromebook.
Hey John,
natively.
it's Ian. I'm just doing a quick video for you guys were wondering whereabouts your house is going to be from a sale perspective. Now it's a bit of an odd time for that because we do have a lot of there's a lot of uncertainty in the world. And so one of the things I wanted to show you is this is everything that's in your area. 27, 24 Wingrove, and then about the 1.59, 1.58 mark. Those are back in May and June. They're smaller than the home, you know,
Were you moving your
things like that.
around on your own?
It gets up as high this year as 2.15. I think the important thing to look at right here is that these are not, it's not super indicative of the entire market. We're in a bit of a gully right now. And so you're probably around the 1.5 mark for your home. I mean, we have stuff on your street in Wingrove here as high as 1.76. That was back in April. But then we are floating in around that on 8 Wingrove, 1.95, and so on. It is a more difficult market to sell in. We've got these private properties right here at the top that are for sale currently. Nothing has sold in that area since June the 2nd. And so we're going to have to be competitive on price. This is one right here that came in just a couple days ago on Mill Street. 2,200 square feet, 1.5. And we'll see what happens with that particular building. Let's have a quick look at it. So this is an older building, 3-car garage, big lot. Refinished inside.
You see what I mean though, right? Not exactly super polished, huh? John and Frank about investment property.
But it's authentic. So
Yep. And that's on, and it's not supposed to be polished, it's supposed to provide information.
Well, it's real, you're having a conversation with them, but you're not, like.
And this is a free tool that you can add to Chrome, and it'll look just like what you're seeing.
Okay, I have a challenge for Brig this
Sure.
week. Yeah. Do one of these and send it to another realtor in the office.
Sure.
Just as a practice.
Can it be sent by any format, email, text?
Yeah, you can send the link in a text or an email, either way. You know, and it'll just
And then
link right
message
back to
me
the
when
page.
you do it, guys.
Does it show up as will it just be the link? I'm just curious, like, you say you texted someone who, they're no, they got a new phone, you're no longer their systems or whatever, that's just like, random, link being sent out. It may not seem like you're doing that, but you still have the conversation.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
But I think you could, if you sent a link, Craig, then you say, just put your name in there just in case, right?
I kind of did this on Sunday, not realizing that I was using video to do so. I had to meet someone to show them the house before church. He was late, and I was like, I cannot wait for, like, I have 20 minutes, and it's gonna take me 25 to get here. So I actually walked through the house. The owner was there. I was like, "What's our thing?" I took a couple of videos, and I just chatted as I was walking through, pointing through the camera so he could see exactly where I was talking about certain things, and then just sent it to him.
Yep. I mean, it's a communication medium, right?
You can do Zoom too. Like, I've done this for years. Zoom.
FaceTime.
You can do FaceTime. You can do a video and walk them through.
I just was like so nervous that it was still gonna take longer for him to like get on or get a link or whatever it was,
No.
that I was like, I can go at my own pace, and I literally sent him like 3 videos and a few text
You
messages.
can preview houses before a client comes. You can go and preview them, do a couple minute video for each house, send it to them, they'll get a feel for the house, and then you can save a lot of time.
But just doing the CMA part, that's in itself, I mean, I've sold houses lots of them during COVID, just doing a walkthrough video.
Yeah.
But to actually do the CMA, that's the education value part.
Yeah, I think this is perfect to put it in like a checklist.
It's
Sure.
stupid easy, and it's free.
And I had no idea about the Loom thing, so thank you. That was.
I think that the pro version is $99 a year, which is a steal. So here's my last tip for you. How many of you send out birthday cards or anything like that to your clients? Yeah? Do this instead. So buy the card, get on your texts or WhatsApp or Facebook, get the phone out and wish them a video happy birthday.
I sing, but I'm not a singer. Who's heard me sing?
I just
I promise you.
I just got.
It's not good. It's not good. Did you say it's not good?
It's not.
I'm sorry,
Should
but
be.
that's,
love you, but
that's okay.
I just got a Facebook. I just did a Facebook interview because I actually did the video and sent it to them because they could see that I was a real person, and then they let me get in.
It's better because
They have not let any other agent in, and
So
I just
my-
went there.
So my mother-in-law hates the fact that she is corporate Christmas cards. She hates it. She sends them personal. Even when they're handwritten, she doesn't like it. She doesn't kind of want to do it. She's right. But she doesn't want to do it. The first time I sent a video that said, "Hey, happy birthday," she was tickled. It went over really, really well. And I've sent happy birthday videos to clients for years. And you all have your clients' birthdays because they're on your bin tracks. Just keep them in there. Do the video. Hey, I was thinking about you, and I wanted to say happy birthday.
You do it on here?
Right? No, just do it here.
Oh, okay.
Pull it up, shoot it, text it to them.
And then you don't have to get into the awkward, like, so what are you doing today? Or like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you have to get into like,
And they
like,
can
maybe
watch
that's
it whenever they
Last
want.
2 years.
And they feel that warm and fuzzy. Right?
they don't, because to majority of people, it takes time to do a video. And so they see your face and it's time, you've taken your time, your precious time, and it's much more personal.
I have a few every year for my birthday, like videos, and they're memorable. Like you remember them because, you know, and what is it, 20 seconds?
Yeah. No one else is sending you videos, just you. There's no other realtor that's gonna get in between that relationship, right? All right, guys, it is noon. Is it noon? Yeah, it's noon.
Yeah, it is. That cost off by an hour, sorry.
I feel like I've been talking for way longer than an hour. Did you learn something today?
Yes.
You want to go around there, and I want to figure out what's the thing that you're going to do in your business from what you learned today.
No video.
Loom CMA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's the easiest way to start, man.
Well, I'm sending mailers with these CMAs, so which I'll still do, but now I can actually do videos and send them into their email. And it's quick.
And you know if they watched it.
Correct.
You know if they opened it, you know if they watched it.
They keep track of this, well.
Huh?
They keep track of it, all of this money.
Actually, Leon's gonna send you a video and said, hey, your video was just watched.
Or, so I mean, like, if you're sending multiple to the same person, like with the time, that's something to track. Just send it.
I was doing
Just send it with
my
the
top
video.
200 every quarter.
Right.
I was doing my top 200 people every quarter.
Is that great?
Yeah. You'd be amazed at how much business you can get from 200 people who are relatively high net worth. They're not just buying their principal residence, they're buying other things as well.
Add it to the touch plan.
Yep.
Well, and if for anybody that hasn't had recent contact with previous clients, it's a great way to get in front of them again and give them some valuable information and just, you know.
So I'm going to tell you
follow up
something,
from that.
and Keller Williams does not want me to say this to you. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is it cursing?
No. 33 touches. Yes, it will be. 33 touches is what you need if your touches are shit. 33 touches is what you need if your touches are shit. If it's a standardized newsletter, if it's the same Christmas card you send fucking everybody, right? Your touches are shit. You need 33 of them to stay top of mind. If they are personal and pertinent to a person, you do not need that many. No one has any expectation after they're your client, you'll reach out to them 33 times a year. That's ridiculous. 4 to 5 times a year with a personal, value-based touch? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you pair that CMAs once a quarter with your top 20, and then I want you to do this. Send a video on their birthday. Send a Christmas card because it's nice. And then I want you to pick a game for the Frontenacs and call your database and say, hey, listen, I've got 2 tickets to the Frontenacs tonight. Can you go? Because I can't use them. I want to keep them. And you're going to get through 20 of your past clients before somebody says yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then just go buy the tickets. And if you don't get anybody, don't buy them. My lawyer taught me that. He called me up and he said, hey, do you want to go to a baseball game on Saturday? I can't go. And I said, hey, no problem. Yeah, I'm just driving by the office. I'll pick up the tickets. He said, and we both had a good laugh. And I'm like, oh, isn't that a great idea? Because then if he doesn't get anybody, he doesn't have to go if he doesn't want to. He's not out the money for the ticket. He gets somebody that says yes, he goes and buys the ticket.
But everybody feels like they're careful.
And everybody, and they are. And you can do that for as many tickets as you can afford in the next decade. Right? There.
Even if you do that once a month.
Yeah.
Well, I have season's tickets for the Senators.
Yeah. Well, if you need, the Senators. Oh.
No, of course not. Bill.
That's anybody with a driver's license, isn't it?
Yes.
And just so you know, just to give the lead, David the merchant, he always has tickets and he's giving them away all the time.
So, yeah. So like in Hamilton, I would do this with the cats.
So if you need a ticket, he usually does.
When the tie cats were on, I would call through my people, and I would make a list, so I'm gonna call this 15, right, you know, until I get the ticket away. And if I got to 12, the next ticket I was giving away would start at 13 and call, right?
Imagine if everyone says, yeah, they need want a ticket.
But you can just stop when the first person who says yes says yes.
But it's still a great way to get through for your touches. I think it's great.
And think about it this way: you leave a voicemail. Hey Bob, I wanted to call and say hello. I got a couple of Cat tickets for tomorrow night. I can't go. I wanted to see if you wanted them. Give me a call back. I'm going to be calling a bunch of people to see if I can get these tickets given to a client. So call back as soon as you can. Let's say you give them away in the next 10 minutes, and Bob calls you back. Hey Bob, sorry man, I just promised this. How you doing? Think about how awesome that call is. If you do those three things, video CMA, birthday video, Christmas card, and that, you think anyone's getting in between it? They know exactly who you are. You just gave them tickets to something. Right? Baseball tickets. I know that the Frontenacs are here, and the stadium's it's a beautiful OHL stadium. They're competitive most years. It's a great ticket in the city. Home show tickets. All that kind of stuff. Take your budget for creating like bus bench ads and all that. Just buy some lower bowl junior hockey tickets. Right? All right, I'm off my soapbox. Because you don't need 33 touches if the touches are good. You need 10 tops. Okay. All right, everybody. I have a call in 55 minutes here, and probably got to start getting ready for it in 30 minutes. So, do you have any questions I can answer for you?
No, Stan.
Always a pleasure.